Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel. For this video, we're going to take a look at this Pittsburgh mechanic tool kit at Harbor Freight and compare it to some other mechanic kits that are currently available. Now, the reason I wanted to look at this is because in Harbor Freight's latest hot buy email, this was a featured item, so I thought, is it really a hot buy? Is it really? So my question for you today is, hot buy or dead fish? So first off, this is $99.99. Now, if we look at my website, I use the Harbor Freight coupon search to look up past coupons. You can see there's nothing currently available, but in October we had one for $99.99. And if we scroll, they're always $99.99. So we know that we can get this item at just about any time at this price because coupons are regularly available. This one goes all the way back to April of 2018. So that's the only coupon price they use, and it's available quite often. Now, over at Home Depot, they have the Husky set for $99. Now, this deal has been going on for a month or something, so you can see, at least in my area, it's sold out. You may be able to find those still in stores near you. That's $99. And we're going to take a closer look at all of these here in a second. I just want to show you what everything's getting compared to. We also at Lowe's have a Craftsman set. That's the wrong one. There's the one we're looking for. $99 at Lowe's for this Craftsman set. Lowe's also has $99 for their Cobalt set. Keep in mind, all of these come with a lifetime warranty. And then even Farm and Fleet has a DeWalt set for $99.99. Now, you can just look at the overall piece count on each of these, but that can be really deceiving depending how much fluff is included. So I'll put a link down below to all those if you end up being interested in any of those. So I put together this little rudimentary chart to give us a little comparison of what each kit has to offer. So keep in mind they are all essentially the same price, within 99 cents of each other. Total number of pieces in the Harbor Freight is 225, and as we look, it is the lowest outside of the DeWalt kit from Farm and Fleet at 168, which is quite a bit lower, but it was the same price point, so we're including it. They all have 3 ratchets. You're getting the 1/4 inch, the 3/8 drive, and the 1/2 inch ratchet. As far as sockets go, Harbor Freight has 115 total sockets. The Husky has 148. Really good there. Really comparable, the Cobalt has 117. Slightly under, the Craftsman has 83. And then right behind that, the DeWalt at 79. Now, when we're looking at the wrenches, the Harbor Freight has 11 total wrenches. One of those 11 is an adjustable wrench. None of the other sets include an adjustable wrench. Also, you can kind of see the picture small. There's a couple of pairs of pliers that are in the Harbor Freight set, and I don't believe any of the other ones have any pliers at all. So 10 or 11 wrenches, depending how you want to look at it, in the Harbor Freight set. Husky, 14. Cobalt has 30. I was shocked to see that many wrenches in the Cobalt set. Now, a good portion of those, I believe they said, were stubby wrenches, which, in some cases are more beneficial, but it's also more obscure that you would need that. So the value kind of depends, I guess. And then the Craftsman set only has 8, but 2 things I want to point out on this Craftsman set that's kind of interesting. Look at how much wasted space there is up top. Like, they could put so much more there. They could have put the wrenches closer together, but obviously they had a target for pricing this at $99. This is, and it's just funny how sparse and empty the lid looks. I guess they couldn't squeeze any more in. The other thing I wanted to point out is we're going to get to bits and hex keys in a minute. And look how they have the drawers positioned, that all you see is all the sockets. The higher dollar stuff is all visible in the picture, and you don't see how many of it is actually, or how much of it is actually bits and hex keys, which is kind of interesting, I thought. And then the DeWalt has 12 wrenches, and you can see them all lined up here. There's 6 SAE, 6 metric, and all your standard length wrenches. Now, as you go on to bits and nut drivers, I put them together because in the Harbor Freight listing, they included their total number together. So instead of sitting there looking at the picture, counting them out or something, we just threw them all together for everybody. So bits and nut drivers, you have 42 in the Harbor Freight set. You have 60 in the Husky set, 31 in the Cobalt, 89 in the Craftsman, and 37 in the DeWalt set. So as we're getting through this, the Craftsman set, it has just about the least number of sockets, second least number of sockets. It has the least number of wrenches, and it has the most number of bits and nut drivers, which that and hex keys are probably your lowest value item in the set. So then coming over to the hex keys, again, low value, 42 in the Harbor Freight, 40 in the Husky, 40 in the Cobalt, 44 in the Craftsman, and 28 in the DeWalt. And it's time for me to kill the robot vacuum. And I don't know if I mentioned the DeWalt 28 hex keys. I got distracted by that annoying thing, which you don't hear now because it's dead, at least for the day. So those are all the different pieces in these different kits. The Cobalt is really interesting. It just has less sockets. The Husky has the most sockets, which is really nice. But then it has 100 pieces that are nut drivers and hex keys. But it has a lot of total pieces. It's by far the most total pieces. So the best bang for your buck, in my opinion, is the Husky. But at this point, it's going to be hard to find unless they get more in stock online. The Cobalt's not too bad. The DeWalt's a smaller set, but it has a nice mix of stuff. It's only 168 pieces, so it's the briefcase style case, which is like the Harbor Freight, whereas these all have the multi-drawer with the lift top, so they're a little bulkier. But it's got a decent amount of sockets. Yes, it's the least on here, but the total piece count is so much less. But you're not full of hex keys and bits. Smaller case that actually comes out with more wrenches than two of these other guys, and pretty similar to the Husky. So the DeWalt's not awful. The Craftsman is probably your worst value in the whole thing. But the Harbor Freight's right there, and it's funny, they're hot buy stuff. It's been maybe a month or two that they've been putting out these hot buy emails, seemingly once a week. And essentially what they are is coupon prices without having to use a coupon. But also a lot of the times the items that are included are things that regularly have coupons available. So that's a little unfortunate. Now all of these are discounted, sale prices or what have you, but they're all available except for this dang Husky. But it shows you it's a good value, so it sold out. Now here's one other thing I wanted to show you today that was supposed to be a video today, but it got killed. Over on the forum, Code Butcher posted this Harbor Freight coupon, $20 off any floor jack. I'll link this down below too if you want it. It is good through the 17th. Now for most of the stuff, that really just brings you into the coupon price. So it's a coupon that covers a variety of items and maybe some that don't typically have a coupon, but most of them will at some point have a coupon, and you're really close to what the coupon price would be anyways. However, they had the 2-ton compact trolley jack. It's normally $29.99, and it could work. The coupon worked on that. It worked last night, and I was going to do a video on it this morning, and I tested again, and they killed it. So I think in store, if you were persistent, you might still be able to use the coupon. Because it says $20 off any floor jack, and it specifically shows Pittsburgh, and it's a Pittsburgh. They're going to say, oh, it's not a floor jack, it's a trolley jack. I would argue and see if you could get it. But $9.99 for that little 2-ton trolley jack is an amazing deal, and it'll work for most vehicles. However, I have a similar one. It's a Craftsman 2-ton, and I love it for being like my secondary jack. If I need to work on the suspension, either compress the springs or lift up the suspension itself for any reason, or like when I changed put in the aluminum radiator in the 66, I was doing it by myself, so it's kind of hard to hold the radiator in position and line up the bolt holes and everything. So I had the jack under it to hold it in place. And it's nice. A little cheap guy. It's smaller, so it can get into areas maybe a big 3-ton like this thing or something won't fit in. Anyway, the deal's dead, so that kind of sucks. But what are you going to do? So anyone who was on the forum and paying attention, you did get a chance to take advantage of that. And again, I'll link that down below if you want to use that coupon on one of the other jacks. So thank you, Mr. Code Butcher, for the heads up on that amazing deal. I wish it would have lasted, but, that's how it goes. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give the video a like. Subscribe for a nice subscriber. I'll see you guys next time.